Hello friends, this is teacher JB. Let us study English. We're studying the book English Grammar in Use, and today we are going to study Unit 32, must, mustn't, and needn't. Must, mustn't, and needn't. Must and mustn't. So this one, you don't have to say this, just say mustn't, mustn't, mustn't. You must do something, it means it is necessary that you do it. Don't tell anybody what I said. You must keep it a secret. We don't have much time. We must hurry. You mustn't do something. Don't do it. You must keep it a secret. You mustn't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. We must be very quiet. We mustn't make any noise. Needn't and don't need to. You needn't do something. It means it's not necessary to do it, but you can do it if you want. We have plenty of time. We needn't hurry. It is not necessary to hurry, but if you want to hurry, you can. Joe can stay here. He needn't come with us. It is not necessary for him to come. You can also use don't, doesn't need to. We don't need to hurry. Note that we say don't need to, but needn't do, without to. Compare needn't and mustn't. You needn't tell Sir Steve. I can tell him myself. It is not necessary. You mustn't tell Steve. I don't want him to know. Don't tell him. Now let's study needn't have done. Needn't have plus pp. Needn't have done. So let's study the example situation. Paul and Sarah reserved a table at a restaurant. But when they went to the restaurant, it was almost empty. They needn't have reserved the table. This means they reserved the table, but now they know this was not that necessary. Compare needn't do or needn't have done. Everything will be okay. You needn't worry. It's not necessary. Everything was okay. You needn't have worried. You worried, but it was not necessary. Needn't have done and didn't need to. He needn't have done something. He did it, but now we know that it was not necessary. Why did he get up at 5 o'clock? He needn't have got up so early. He could have stayed in bed longer. He didn't need to do something. It was not necessary to do it. It doesn't matter whether he did it or not. He didn't need to get up early, so he didn't. He didn't need to get up early, but it was a beautiful morning, so he did. You can also say he didn't have to get up in these examples. Now let us do exercises. Which goes with which? Find the sentences with a similar meaning. You must be very quiet. You mustn't make any noise. F. You must remember your password. So you mustn't, okay, must remember. Mustn't stay, mustn't be afraid, mustn't think about, mustn't forget it. Okay, so you mustn't forget it. Sounds the best. So let's put D here. You must be brave. You must be brave. Again here, mustn't stay, but afraid. Okay, B sounds good. So you mustn't be afraid. B, you mustn't be afraid. You, number 4, you must be on time. You mustn't stay here. You mustn't think about it. You mustn't be late. Okay, E is the answer. You mustn't be late. And then you must to leave the furniture as it is. Again, you mustn't stay here. No. You mustn't think about it, no. Okay, you mustn't move anything. Okay, G is the best answer. G. And then number 6, you must go away. You must go away. So you mustn't stay here. You mustn't stay here. Let's put A here. The last one, you must forget what happened. You must forget what happened. So you mustn't think about it. So let's put C here. Okay. Now, which one is correct? Number 1, we have plenty of time. We we don't need to hurry, so we needn't hurry. I have to talk to Gary. Remember to call him. Yeah, I must remember to call him. I have to talk to Gary. I needn't forget to call him. So I mustn't forget to call him. Number 4, there's plenty of time for you to decide. So now you don't need to decide now. So number 4 is going to be you don't need to decide now. Number 5, these are important documents. Lose them, so you mustn't lose them. You mustn't needn't wait for me. You go on, and I will join you later. So number 6 is going to be you don't need to wait for me. You needn't wait for me. And number 7, this is a dangerous situation, and we need to be careful. Do anything stupid. So we mustn't do anything stupid. We mustn't do anything stupid. Number 8, I understand the situation perfectly. So I understand it. You don't need to. So you don't need to explain further. Number 9, what sort of house do you want to buy? Something big? It mustn't, it needn't. It needn't be big. That's not so important. But it must have a nice garden. It must have a nice garden. Okay, complete the sentences. Use needn't plus verb. Choose from the box. Come, keep, leave, and leave is already used. Walk and worry. We have plenty of time. We needn't leave yet. I can manage the shopping alone. You come. You needn't. You needn't come with me. You needn't come with me. You don't have to come with me. We blank all the way home. We can get a taxi. We needn't. We needn't walk all the way home. We can get a taxi. You can delete these emails. You didn't keep them. So here, you needn't. You didn't keep them. Okay, I'll be alright. You blank about me. Worry. You needn't. You needn't worry about me. Worry about me. Okay, write 2 sentences for each situation. Use needn't have in the first sentence and could have in the second, as in the example. For could have, you can just take a look at Unit 27. Why did you rush? Why didn't you take your time? You needn't have rushed. You could have taken your time. Why did you walk home? Why didn't you take a taxi? You needn't have. You needn't have walked home. You needn't have walked home. You could have. You could have taken a taxi. Taken a taxi. Why did they stay at a hotel? Why didn't they stay with us? Okay, they needn't. They needn't have. They needn't have stayed at a hotel. Stayed at a hotel. They could have stayed with us. They could have stayed with us. Okay. Why did she phone me at 3 a.m.? Why didn't she wait until morning? She needn't. She needn't have called me or phoned me. She needn't have phoned me at 3 a.m. She could have waited. She could have waited until the morning. Why did you shout at me? Why weren't you more patient? You needn't. You needn't have shouted. You needn't have shouted at me. You could have been more patient. You could have been more patient. Okay, let's go to the next page. This sentence is okay. Change them if they are not. We have plenty of time. We don't need a hurry. We don't need to hurry. We don't need to hurry. Keep it a secret. You mustn't tell anybody. Okay, this one is okay. You needn't to shout. I can hear you perfectly. So you needn't shout. So you don't need to. You needn't shout. You needn't shout, or you don't need to shout. You don't need to shout. You don't need to shout. Okay. Number 4. I needn't have gone out, so I stayed at home. Number 4. I needn't have gone out, so I didn't need to. I didn't need to go out. I didn't to go out. I didn't have to go out. The train is direct. You don't need to change. Okay, this one is correct. You mustn't lock the door. It's okay to leave it unlocked. So if it is true, you can say you needn't lock the door, or you don't need to lock the door. You needn't. You needn't lock the door, or you don't need to lock the door. Number 7. I needn't have said anything, so I kept quiet. So I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to say anything, or I didn't have to say anything. Number 8. I needn't have said anything. I should have kept quiet. So this one is okay. I needn't have said anything. So I should have kept quiet. Okay, friends, this is the conclusion of today's study. I will come back to you with another unit as soon as possible. Until then, keep studying English and have a great day. Bye.